And we're live. What's up, YouTube? I'm Ball Python 11 Exotics, and I'm with the man I got to give a shout out to real quick, though. 18,000 subscribers over here. 18,000. Derek is living the true dream. You guys go show him some love on that stuff. Derek, go ahead.
Hey, but you, what, like 806?
806.
You ain't playing. You got to grind. You got to put out some more stuff. You've been putting out content though. So I think you put out one a day. I think.
Yep. I have more content on the way every other day.
Hey, that's what it's about, man. Content is gonna grow your channel, because these lives is cool, but I get the most of my watch time comes from content. But yeah, anyways, what's up, everybody that's in the chat? Much love. Big shout out to BPL, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. This is the Reptile Love Show with two hosts that go live. We talk about the good, the bad, anything that's happening in the reptile hobby. We get your opinion, we give you our opinion, and we just chat for a little bit. We try to keep it close to an hour as far as we can get it, and we try to do at least once a week. So much love to everybody that showed up, man. Before we even start, man, how's the turtle doing?
The tortoise is doing great, dude. Actually coming around a lot more, not so shy. I was able to film her before. She would tuck her head in, and she's coming along a lot more with us. So
that's what's up.
Positive things.
Now, you got those Chinese water dragons too, didn't you?
The basilisk, yes.
The basilisk. Do they eat live feed? Do they eat mice or just only like vegetables and shit?
No, they're carnivores.
When can we BPL, man? When can we get a feeding with them? We need to see the basilisk eat some pinkies.
Oh, they will. They will eventually. They just got to wait for them to grow up a little bit more, get a little bit bigger. They'll have some rodents in their food.
Man, that's what it's about, man. And we'll talk about the show in a minute, but that's what it's about, man. We growing our channels. Ultimately, man, we're like, where do you see your channel? Where do you want it to go?
Keep pushing nonstop, and I'm kind of on the same boat as you. I want a plaque that says 100K right behind me.
You want that YouTube creator plaque?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
that'd be nice. That's the day that's the day that I'll feel good.
I think that's the day I'll feel good too. I don't know if I'll quit, but I think I'll still keep going. I want that 100K, man. Like honestly, I can't wait to be in Venom shoes and have 50K. That'd be insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're growing that quickly. It could be like another couple of months, and who knows, maybe you'll be there.
Oh man, I need another couple viral videos, man. And we're gonna talk about today, man. So let's jump into the show, man. We're gonna let you lead, man, because you found an interesting topic. So let's talk about it. I'll let you lead, man.
I found this topic. Watch a Texas man disguise himself as an alligator and bully swims among them. So this is too fine for me to read. If you could read that.
If you ever happen to spot a gator, your initial reaction may be to flee. That's probably the sanest when you encounter one of these modern dinosaurs. They're massive, their chomp can break your bones, and they can eat you whole if they're large enough. It's not a creature of nature you want to get playful with. However, this Texas man decides that he wants to he wants to play. He starts performing a suit experiment during which he wears the alligator-like suit on his back. It's not what you might imagine initially. It's not one of those full body costumes. No, this one seems a little bit more makeshift.
There's one more to go, or actually two. One small one and another one.
It's not one of those full body costumes. No, this one seems a little bit more makeshift. The video starts as a large lifted truck pulls up to the words Gator Country, plastered on the driver and passenger side doors. Then it shows you an image of an alligator in the water with an ominous creature it is. Next, the driver of the large lifted truck steps out of the vehicle and lands on the dirt. He's wearing blue jeans, brown boots with a Texas flag imprinted on them. I don't know how you feel about that, man. What's your take on this story? Dressing up and swimming with alligators.
So I actually watched the video of it, and because he's a grown adult, I thought it was pretty cool that he would show that the alligators really thought, and he was swimming with 13, 14, 16-foot alligators, and there was, I think, 23 in the pool, he said. And I thought it was epic, man. I was, because he's an adult, he knows what he's doing. And for him to, and he dresses up in a bodysuit that he made that looks like an alligator. For him to do that, I don't think it hurts the hobby. I think it's more educational to show you, like, because he's able to creep up laying down next to them, but the minute he stood up, they all went in the water. So, like, I thought it was very educational. I thought it was a very good point, and I liked it. What about you?
I think it. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think it's good. I think it's something cool to do if you got the balls to do it. But what happens if he takes a bite? Ooh-wee.
Oh, then it's over. It's over.
Because he's not swimming with baby ones. He's swimming with big ones. So could you imagine the hospital bill? Chandler's Wildlife sent me video of when he actually got bit. I seen it up close. Like, it ain't nothing to play with, man. But I think it's good. I just hope that he, with this story, I think it's good. It's educational, but make sure that suit somehow has like a, like mesh or something, like, how back in the old days they would duel with swords, but they had these mesh things that protected them so you could stick them, but they wouldn't die because the mesh, have like that on the bodysuit so you can't take a bite. I think that, as long as you're doing it, and because like I said, there's always that risk that you can get bit. So I think it'll be good, but just redo the suit to where if you take a bite, it won't hurt you as bad.
I like that. But I think even if you're wearing the suit, I think if it bit you, its jaws are so powerful, it might not pierce you, but it's breaking bones for sure.
Or what about, what will scare me? I think it'd be fun to do, but I couldn't. What about a alligator death roll? If it actually grabbed you and then did the roll?
Oh, that would be horrible. But I give him credit, dude. I give him the dude credit. He went in with some big alligators and he swam with them.
I think it's great education. It's if you got the balls to do it, it's great. But just make sure you're protected. That's the only thing I'll tell you. Just
Correct.
protect yourself. You know what I mean? Would you ever do it?
I think that's where I draw the line on crazy shit.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Anybody in the chat? Let's look at the chat. Would any of you guys put on an alligator suit and go swimming with alligators? Well, we're waiting on the comments. Let's say what's up to everybody. What's up, Morbid? What's up, Reptile Dysfunction? What's up, CSL? What's up, DWR? Anybody crazy enough to put on an alligator suit and swim with alligators? I want to know. One comment and we'll go to the next story. Nobody's paying
Anyone
attention.
in the live stream?
Anybody in the live stream? Okay, there you go.
Hell
Reptile
no.
Dysfunction said, hell no.
I'm on the same team.
I agree. You're smart, and that's all in fun, man. It's good. People do shit that if you're ballsy enough, it's good for us to watch. It's good entertainment. So let's go ahead and jump into the next story, man. Now we talk about Florida all the time, and I wanted to introduce you to a python hunter and I want to get your take on it. Let's pull her up, and I'm gonna read about her. Now we talk about these Burmese pythons hunting all the time, right? Now this is a lady that is in Florida and she's doing the hunting. So now picturing a python hunter used to make me think of someone like Dog the Bounty Hunter or Hulk Hogan, a big dude with muscles comparable to the constrictors. Let's go to the next page. Now, our hardest. Now, when I think about snakes, that I don't want to read this. I just want to read about her. Her name is Sui. She's 45 years old.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was on there. My bad.
No, you're good. Sui, she's 45 years old, and she's one of the 100 state contracted snake hunters who catch and kill invasive Burmese pythons to prevent them from moving to the Everglades. She's only one of 15 women on the job. As to date, she has captured and killed 405 pythons in the last 3 years, the largest being a 17-foot. She has caught 100 so far this year. Now let's talk about that. Because those numbers are heavy. Let me think. First, I'll let you talk about it, BPM. You give me your take on it real quick. Put that back up because I want to say those numbers again. Put that second one back up. I want to say those numbers one more time because those numbers are heavy. Let's go over those numbers. I don't even want to. She's 45. I don't care how many of them are doing it. Now let's see how many. She's one of 15 women on the job. Now, how does this make you feel? She's captured and killed 405 pythons in 3 years. And this year alone, she's caught 100. Now let's take that down. Let me get your take on that, BPO. How does that make you feel being a reptile enthusiast, knowing that this woman has killed 400 plus snakes?
It's disgusting. It's gross. It's wrong. Once again, it's wrong. I don't care how bad you guys in Florida want to be like, oh, we're so overpopulated with Burmese. How about if every resident took one in, we'd be good. All right, just feed the damn Burmese and be happy with it. Don't go out killing them. Like, once again, it's okay. So I hate to bring this up, but like at the same time, it's okay for us to kill the Burmese, but yet if we kill each other, it's wrong. You see what I'm saying? So regardless, a life is a life. For her to do that is really disgusting, in my opinion. That's how I feel.
You know what? I'm going to give you my opinion on it. I think that, and don't quote me on this, but I've been kind of doing a little research. I think that Florida is crooked. And what I say about that is the reason they made these species invasive. So think about it. How is the state paying these people? So the state gets funding from the government. And I was looking this up, and it's trackable. You can look this up online. So last year, Governor DeSantis got funding, and it was like $120 million to hunt invasive species. And I said, okay, so this is big business. Now you think about it, and I don't know if don't quote me on this, but I was looking it up, and to what I understand, when you get $120 million, and then you do a contest, and you pay these people, oh, this man caught 23 snakes, we'll pay him $20,000. Well, where's the rest of the money at? Where's all the rest of this money going to? And for me, and we'll talk about the lady in a second. I want to take a look at the word invasive. Like, why are these Burmese considered invasive? Because I want you to teach me, because I really don't know. Is it because they're eating everything down there? And if that's the case, all snakes are invasive then. You think about it. In Kansas, all the snakes, they eating rats and mice and fucking, there's snakes here that they fucking eating bunnies and shit. So what? No, seriously, teach me.
No, I know. It's just the way you said
Why are these Burmese, BP, I want you to tell me, why are these Burmese considered invasive? Is it because they're eating everything? And if that's the case, aren't snakes supposed to do that?
Of course. I mean, I don't truly, in my opinion, think they're invasive. I think that they're doing what they naturally do, and that's either getting, let's just say rats, ducks, birds, alligators, as we heard on the last show. They're eating because, I mean, as humans, do we not want to eat? Do we just not eat? Do we, let's bring up rodents. We could bring up any animal. If you're going to say an animal is invasive because of how it eats, and I understand that reptiles, they're not naturally from there, but at the same time, these are bad reptile owners that had the Burmese back in the day that let them go because they got too big and they probably got too scared of their Burmese. And this is why Florida has that problem now. But at the same time, to call them invasive, that's like the green basilisk I have. They say they're invasive in Florida as well. But yet, what's wrong with them eating another wildlife? Because
BPL, can I interrupt you? Because I honestly don't understand what invasive means. And he said it's
not from there.
Because they're not from there. So would that mean that my ball python is invasive in Kansas?
Pretty much, might as well say that. I mean, ball pythons don't come from Nevada when it's snowing outside right now. I mean, we could say that too.
That's crazy. I see. So now I'm starting to understand it. So it means that they're not from there, not that they're eating everything.
Correct. They're just not naturally from there. But if you want to say that, once again, we could throw down the topic that humans are invasive because we take over everything.
Yeah. You know what, BPL, for me, it breaks my heart, and don't get me wrong, I have friends that are from Florida. I know a lot of people. I know python hunters, and I haven't actually told them this, but honestly, it breaks my heart to see anybody killing snakes. I wish that we would do better, but when the state is getting 120 plus million in funding, they're never gonna get rid of Burmese, or they don't care about the Burmese. The ultimate goal is money. Money runs the world. I feel like when they're getting 120 million dollars, they loving this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wish somebody would get a hold of that young lady and just say, hey, you know, I don't know. It's just like, do you really
So
need to kill?
this might sound really fucked up, but at the same time, if I caught her killing a snake, right? At the same time, I mean, she's doing what she's being paid for, so I can't really step involved.
Yeah.
But if I saw the snake start to eat her, the snake's doing its job, and I can't step involved either. You chose your own fate. That's how I look at it.
I love that, man. I love it, man. Now, ultimately, I think it's, the situation in Florida is sad. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't even want to talk about it because it frustrates me so much. Because, like I said, I love snakes, and it pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? But understandably, I understand people got to make a living, and you're getting paid to do it. So I really don't want to try and step on any toes. So let's go ahead and go to the next subject. And I want to talk about this subject. We're going to revisit it, and it's a reason I want to revisit it. Now, if you remember a couple shows ago, me and BPL, we talked about Dingo Dinkelman, and we talked about him putting his son it's like a pool with like hundreds of baby Nile crocodiles. Now, the reason I want to revisit this is because, I'm on my phone at work. I kind of like to listen. I listen to stuff at work. I listen to the Iron Animal show. I listen to anybody that has a show, I'm listening. But Kevin, I listened to this show, Kevin from Nerd went live, and he went live with Jeremy. They used to work at Nerd, and he went live with, and I want to keep this up. He went live with Dingo Dinkelman, and they were talking about this video specifically. And he asked him, and this is still on Kevin's live. He said, "Dingo," and he asked him this question. He said, "Dingo, why did you make that video?" And I swear to God, Dingo Dinkelman said, "Well, Kevin, I'm trying to get my numbers back up on Instagram. I'm trying to get my numbers back up on YouTube." And he said, "I can't get my numbers up." And I swear to God, this is what he said. He said, "Kevin, my heart is with conservation." He said, "I would love to show me saving a rhinoceros life, but nobody cares about that. Nobody's going to watch that." He said, I'm growing with shock and awe, and it's growing me faster. And I swear to God, my fucking mouth hit the floor. And they were talking about the numbers on this video. Now, I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see that, but the likes on this video is astronomical. There's 1.6 million. I can't really read it, but let's just say it's 1.6 million likes. That's just likes. That's not views. I'm going to fuck you up. Now, your mind up. I'm going to mess your head up. Now, go to the views. Go to the next screen. Him putting his... No, not that one. Go to the next one. Oh, no, it's not that one.
Nope. You didn't give it to me then.
I must didn't give it to you. Okay, well, I'll tell you this. You can go look for yourself. It's on Instagram. The video got 1.6. I could have swore I sent it to you, BPL, but no worries. I'll tell you how many it got. It got 1.6 million likes. How many views do you think it got?
Probably about 35 million.
89 million views.
That's disgusting.
So he grew, and he said it. He told you. He even said it. He said he's pissed because he's not monetized on Instagram. He said he's only monetized on YouTube and Facebook. So he said he's pissed because it got 90 million views and it wasn't monetized. So we got to talk about this topic, because if you look at live feed-ins, you think about it, and I've said this before, I love live feed-ins. Do I want to be a channel that only does live feed-ins? No, I don't. But when I do an educational video, I feel the same way as Dingo. Nobody listens. I could do an educational video saying, well, this corn snake, the care for this corn snake, you got to do X, Y, Z, and I'll get 50 views. And I go and I do a live feeding video, and I get 30 or 40,000 views. So it makes you want to grow your channel off shock and awe. So my question to you, BPL, is why can these bigger content creators grow off of shock and awe, but us little content creators can't? And also, how does it make you feel? 1.6 million people like this and 89 million views. He fucking went viral off putting his son in danger.
Okay, so I'll tell you how I truly feel again. I think Dingo should grow a fucking set of balls, and I hope somebody relays this message to him. And please, anyone that wants to, use this video of me saying this and sends it to him, please do. Dingo, if you somehow hear this, I want to see your bitch ass jump into a pool with Nile crocodiles that are 10 plus feet. Just like you let your kid, because your kid could have lost a finger, he could have died any fucking way. And for you to do a shock and awe video because no one cares about your educational videos shows that you had no care, or nor are you a good father or a parent toward your kid. And at the end of it, you want to say, shh, don't tell mom. Okay. But at the same time, that just shows you how pathetic you truly are. That shows you how truly pathetic you are. I do not have any more respect for Dingo. I hope he burns. I hope that one day he gets in a fucked up situation. That's just me. And I don't think he deserves to even keep reptiles anymore after doing what he did. Now, just to do it for shock and awe and get views, okay. Well, is it okay if I just go throw my son into a shark cage, an alligator cage, a gorilla cage? I mean, just for the shock and awe. And if he gets ripped up, like, oh, well, I got tons of views on it. No, get the hell over yourself. And for Nerd to be, I'm pretty sure Nerd was like, yeah, I understand. I like you. Blah, blah, blah. Nerd, you could suck a fucking dick too and like it, bitch.
I'm going to give you my take on the BPL. For me, like I said, when I seen the live stream, it made me want to revisit this topic because I was saying, you know what? I'm curious how many views it got. And after he said it, I said, no way. 90 million views. And I went and checked, and he's not bullshitting. He got 90 million views and 1.6 million likes. Now, first off, I'm kind of even curious. How much money do you make off of a video that has 90 million views?
I have no idea. But I do want to say this as well. So if it was for a shock and awe and you got 1.6 plus million likes on your channel or your IG just for that, all 1.6 of you that liked that video and were like, wow, that was cool, deserve to get the ass beaten out of you. That's how I feel. Because you have no idea how bad that could have ended up for his kid. And honestly, his kid should be taken away from him because he's a shitty ass father. That's my personal opinion. Now, fuck that guy.
I was flabbergasted because Kevin condoned me. I literally said the same exact thing that Dingo said. I said I could do XYZ, but nobody cares. But if I do a live feeding, I'm getting thousands of views. I'm growing my channel how I want. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Dingo Dinkelman, I get growing your channel with shock and awe. Just don't do it with your son. If you want to do it, you want to jump in the pool and let a baby crocodile bite you on your nipple and we laugh, that's one thing. But to do it with your son and to really not even worry about your son, you were more worried that you weren't monetized on Instagram. I was like, damn. He didn't say.
So he cares about the money than his own kid's safety, and that's sad.
You're right. He didn't say, I'm glad my son didn't get hurt. He didn't say that. He said, damn, I went viral and I didn't make any money. And it just blew my mind. And I want to stay on this topic. I want to keep talking about growing your channel with shock and awe because it's going to lead into the next topic. And before we go, before we go to the next subject, I want to ask people in the chat, how does that make you feel seeing a person get 90 million views putting their child in danger? How does that make you feel? And while y'all are commenting, hey Solo, hey Live Feeding.
What's up, Solo? Live Feeding.
Hey, what's up, Reptiles? I love shock and awe. I want to grow my channel with shock and awe, and I've been thinking of doing a couple of topics. So let's bring this up. I want to ask you, what do you think about this? Show Nick the Wrangler's face, and I'm gonna talk about this video because I don't think we can play it because I don't want to get a strike on BPO's YouTube.
No, it's not a video. It's just a.
Well, yeah, I was gonna do the video. Now I'm gonna talk about this video on YouTube. Nick grabbed a snake. I can't say. I think that's a Burmese. Nick the Wrangler. If you follow him, I follow him on Instagram. He does a lot of videos where he gets bit in the face. Now he left this video up. It was and he didn't edit it. Hold on, before we talk about this next subject, I'm seeing.
I'm still here. I have you on headset.
No, you're fine. I'm talking to the crowd. Reptile Dysfunction said I didn't see it, but I think the guy's an idiot for doing it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now let's talk about Nick. Nick grabs a Burmese python, and I want to know: are we for this? Are we against this? And if not, why? So Nick takes a lot of bites, some of them to the face. And if you look at this video, you see he has blood on his eyes. It's because he got bit in the face. Here's the kicker: he didn't get it on video. So this video starts with blood on his face, and then he lets the snake bite him on the face again. And this video, go to the next page. This video got 4.4 million views on Instagram. So my question to you is, are we for the bite videos, BPL? And if not, why? Because the bite videos, and if you look at any video, like for instance, I'll give you an example. I'm not even gonna lie. I have a lot of snakes that bite, and I've thought about doing a bite video. But you look at the bigger people like Brian Barczyk. He plays with this snake called the Viper Boa, and it constantly snaps at him. So my question to you is Nick an idiot for doing that? And it's not fake. You can see the blood. Are you for it? Are you against it? Would you ever do bite videos? Why not?
Okay, so if you're gonna do a bite video,
take that
I'm not. Okay.
But also, before you answer, I gotta interrupt. Before you answer, BPL, bite videos are getting millions of views. This bite video alone, 15 seconds of his work, got almost 5 million views.
I think okay, because once again, it's like the dude that we talked about in the beginning, swimming with alligators. He's a grown-ass man. He knows what he's doing, right? To get bit, though, and show it, yes. I mean, if you're doing it for views, do it. That's how I feel. But at the same time, you're making reptiles look bad, right? You are, because you're allowing it to bite you. And then not only that, you're allowing people to see the outcome. And honestly, the outcome's not that bad. Okay, and you have had this guest, Jay Brewer, has been bitten on his face multiple times. But he's doing something different. He's pulling eggs from a mother. She's angry. I get it. To do it just for the view, though, that's like me pulling up my spot nose, who I know that'll bite me right now on the face if I let her. But am I going to do that video for shock and awe? I might. Actually, that's a good idea. Thank you, Eric.
Yes.
I agree.
Bro. Yes, I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I disagree with you.
I think it's a good idea because he's over the age of 18 and he knows what he's doing. But if you're trying to hit the younger crowd, then no, it's a bad idea. That's what I'm trying to say.
BPL. So you telling me you could have been did a bite video and you just haven't done it?
Yeah, I'm trying to get bit in the face.
Why not? It will go viral.
Okay, you go first. I'll go second.
BPL, I already did a bite video. It wasn't as good as theirs, though. I didn't take it to the face. I did a video
to the face, and then I'll take one to the face.
But BPL, imagine that. Okay, maybe I'm just being greedy and I'm looking at the YouTube check. But imagine that check if you did something crazy. And what would you do right now if you did a bite video, BPL, and it got 90 million views on YouTube, and you ended up having fucking 50,000+ subscribers like Venom?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna get bit every week. And here's why. Once again, and I mean, Dingo Dinkerman, but it was his kid in danger. Now, if he would have went swimming with the gators, that's a whole nother story. I would have been cool with it. But when you're like an adult like you and I, and you're over the age of 18, and you want to get bit on purpose and show it, like, yeah, the bites aren't that bad. Maybe people need to see those because they think every snake could kill you. Well, they're not trying to eat you. They're trying to defend themselves. And then there's the hunger strike, right?
Right.
But with the defensive bite, yeah, it's going to draw blood. I've been bit on my live stream before.
Do it, BPL. Your next homework assignment, when we get off this live, I want a bite smack dab on your forehead on video on your channel by January 1st.
Are you gonna help? Are you gonna share it out?
I will share it.
All right. I'll get bit tonight in the face on purpose.
You know what? For me, I think that I get you don't want to show reptiles in a negative way, but I think that a lot of the public already have their mind made up. So I think that, you know, if you are a career YouTuber, and I say this when, you know, if you're a serious YouTuber, a serious Instagrammer, you know, I think that shocking out isn't bad because it does show that everything won't go right. You know, if you keep a snake, it's a part of the game. You're going to get bit. So, you know, if you do want to take a couple bites, I think that it is a good thing. It could be good or bad. Am I gonna do it? Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is why I'm gonna tell you why I've been thinking about bite videos. Okay. I've been watching Brian Barczyk, and he's got this viper boa, and it's constantly trying to get him. But here's the thing, BPL. I got snakes that I know will bite me, but I don't want them to bite me. How do you work up that courage to get bit? Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't got it. And not just to get, how do you work up that courage to get bit? And not just get bit, how do you work up the courage to get bit?
Oh, shit. Iron Dog has a good question for you.
How do you know it's for me? It's for us. We're show.
Right. Okay, for both of us, because I agreed. But the question is, are you willing to put your snake in harm's way or to not trust you anymore? And see, I want to be honest. So for the spot nose, I'm okay with her biting me. Here's why.
Yeah.
For one, it's a ball python. For two, when I bought her from Bat Snakes, he's like, oh yeah, both the pastel and the spot nose, they're friendly. As soon as he opened the tub underneath the glass to give her to me, he got bit immediately. The minute I pulled her at home out, she bit me. So she's bit my son. She's just mean. I don't handle her. I try to handle her, but now I pretty much just like feed her, change her out. I try not to deal with her too much, but she don't trust anyone anyway. So I don't know what happened with her and Bat Snakes. I'm not saying that he's a bad breeder. He does well. He's local, but at the same time, she was already aggressive like that. And some come out of the egg like that. They come out mean.
One bite too. I don't think necessarily that one bite, you know, because you could take a bite and still have multiple good interactions with your snake. So I'm not talking about taking 50 bites. The question I have for you, BPL, is how do you work up the courage? Like Coyote Pearson. Coyote Pearson takes a bite from a snake, or his whole channel is about taking bites by shit. So how do you work up the courage to take a bite like these bigger YouTubers are doing?
It's not bad. I mean, it happened with my male pied. It happened with BMO, my caramel albino, and it happens with my spot nose, and it also happens with my spider cinnamon pinstripe. She's a biter. She just bites. As soon as you open it, those three alone. Aries, my pride has calmed down. He doesn't bite anymore. I've dealt a lot of time with him. He's calmed down. But my spot nose and the other female I have now, they don't care. I mean, they'd rather just be left alone. But would I do it for 5 million views or even 1 million views?
You'll be honest, would you?
Yes.
I agree.
She already hates me.
The answer.
I've never done anything to her, and she already hates me.
Right, and like I said, the answer to Adolf's question, we're not talking about a snake's behavior, but if you are talking about a snake's behavior, I believe that you can get bit by a snake and still have multiple good interactions with a snake. You know, it's all in how you approach it. I'm just talking about shoot one video, and we're literally just talking about Nick, Jay, and these other people taking one bite, and could you do it for those views? You know what I mean?
If it's an accident, that's fine. But if you're making them bite you,
To each his own.
you
Everybody has their own opinion. I value that, Iron Dog. Everybody has their own opinion, but I would. Anyways, let's go to the next.
I mean, honestly, I could pull her out now, and
And
I'm
she
not
probably
going
bite
to
at you.
though, and she'll snap at me.
I have
I
this.
mean,
I have this. I have that same snake. My red tail boa. No matter what I do, she tries to tear me up every single time. So, but that's neither here nor there. That's what this is about. We're talking about those interactions now. Man, I sent you a story that was heavy, and I didn't hear about it. Did you hear about that murder?
No. So let's bring it up.
Hold on. I was looking at it online, and I didn't know that this guy was. He's not very far from me. This was a person in Missouri, and now let's read. Now let's go ahead and bring it up.
Hopefully I bring up the right one. I'm gonna try. No, I think it's this one.
No, that's like we'll read it. Go to the cut. Yes. No. Now this was on CBS News, and it was real. This really happened. A snake is eyed, and we'll go through the things. Okay, let's read them. A snake is eyed as the culprit in man's death until cops realize it can't pull a trigger. Let's go to the next slide. Did I lose you? Am I froze? Am I froze?
No, I said I was still here. I said 1 second. My bad.
Oh, okay. Montgomery County Coroner Dave Kober's job usually entails him showing up to a crime scene after the action has subsided. But in the warm early hours of June 8th, 2007, Kober's responded to a 911 call of a male victim believed to be dead by snake bite. And he said he proceeded to walk into one of the most bizarre and dangerous death scenes of his 20-year career as a coroner. Someone being killed by a snake is not something that happens every day, especially in Missouri, Kober says. Let's go to the next one. 48 Hours and correspondent Peter Van Sant takes viewers inside the unusual case in the documentary The Poisonous Wife, airing Saturday, March 12th, 9 Central on CBS. Now let's go to the next one. So they made a documentary about this. Colbert, which is the coroner, soon learned that the man laying face down in a pool of blood in the exotic snake breeding facility in New Florence, Missouri, wasn't just someone. It was Ben Rennick, the owner of the business Rennick Reptiles, and he's a world-renowned snake breeder. Body cameras on responding sheriff deputies captured the frantic scene that Kober walked into. They're holding shotguns in hand. Kober said one of the deputies, there were guns out, walking into a death scene with thousands of snakes jumping out at the cages. It was just a crazy scene to be at. The body camera shows sheriff deputies brandishing shotguns walking through the facility along with containers containing pythons and anacondas weighing upwards of 200 pounds, with one thought in mind, that a killer snake was on the loose. One sheriff deputy, go to the next one. There were guns out. We'll keep going. There were guns out because in the initial 911 call, Ben Rennick's brother, Sam Rennick, indicated that the victim appeared to have been bitten or crushed by one of the snakes in the building where he was found. Sam Rennick, in his interview with 48 Hours, said that Ben's wife, Lynn Riddick, made the initial discovery, then called him to come over. I assumed it was a snake, Sam said, looking at his brother's body, because it appeared Ben's skull was crushed and 2 puncture wounds on his arm appeared to be bite marks. Let's go to the next one. But Cobra said soon he made a surprising discovery when he examined Rennick's body. The two marks he has on his arm are not from a snake. Furthermore, a shell casting a feet away from the corpse changed the investigation entirely, and Cobra realized the position of Ben's body had hid his true cause of death: homicide. Ben Riddick had been shot 8 times, once at close range. For some reason, Cobra said somebody really didn't like Mr. Rennick because of the amount of damage that was inflicted upon him. And obviously, from the bullet holes in the floor, this was something not random. And in just the moments that the focus of the investigation changed for Cobra from a cold-blooded serpent to a human who was killed in cold blood. Now, do I got one more page after this? No, let's take that down. Now, how was that? The Iron Dog said, "Yep, I remember this day. Ben was a great man." And he is correct. I didn't tell you who did it. It was his wife. He said she crushed the reptile hobby. Now, can you believe that? Murder in the reptile hobby. It was his wife that killed him. How does that make you feel? That's heavy, right?
That's crazy. To blame the reptile. Okay, let's just say this: if it was an anaconda, like you read, right?
Yeah.
Or any big snake, it's not gonna. If it was hungry, it was gonna eat you. And now, once again, there's two strikes, right? I mean, anacondas are weird though. Like they do some weird striking. Like I watch, but at the same time, it's either gonna bite you and let go of you, or it's gonna bite you and wrap around. Okay.
Right.
So for his wife to do this because he loved reptiles and she did not, my personal opinion, once again, just my personal opinion, don't take this to heart. Maybe she should be put sentenced to death. That's just my thing. She killed her husband, a man that she apparently loved and took a vow for. That's like my wife killing me. Like, I mean, she's probably watching, no offense, babe, but if you killed me, you should get the death sentence. If I killed you, you should get the death sentence. I should get the death sentence. But like, you took, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, BPL, but I wanted to talk about this story because, there's not a lot of people in the reptile hobby. Okay, there's not. We're far in here in between a few. Most of the people that know about reptiles, they hate us. So for me, when I see a fellow reptile keeper kill, it breaks my heart because it's, when I started loving animals, it's like, shit, this is in Missouri. I live in Kansas. They said that this man was a world-renowned snake breeder, and it's like, damn, I'll never get the chance to visit his facility. You know what I mean? Like, because that's one of the things I'm wanting to start doing with my podcast. I was wanting to go to facility, and actually see these people's, facilities in person. And it's like they said that Rennick was one of the best in the game, OG, and it just broke my heart. I hope that she ends up getting 20, 30 years, 50 years. I hope that she never gets out because she, if any human is valuable. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to say. If they say this guy was as big in the hobby as he was, she took something away from the reptile hobby that we'll never get back. You know what I mean?
My thing is, if she's not going to get the death sentence, life in prison.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how I feel.
That's sad what Iron Dog said. It said that the hobby did a huge fundraiser for his wife and kids, only to find out later that they donated to his killer. How fucking crazy is that?
Yeah, no, that's really messed up. Once again, that's what I'm saying. Let's just say, I'm just saying this. Don't take this the wrong way, Derek. But you're growing in subscribers, right? You're at 18,000. Congratulations, everyone. Show a clapping hand or something for Derek over there, making 18,000 subscribers, still growing. He's not stopping. He'll hit the 1,000 plaque mark, no problem. Watch. But that's like your wife killing you, right? Like, right. I'm not saying she would, Brianna, don't take that the wrong way, but like, I'm just using an example. Like, it's messed up to know that they asked for a fundraiser and it's going to the lady that killed him. Like, that's your significant other. That's the one you married. That's the one that you said you had love for, and like to kill him and to stage it like a snake did it. Luckily, those investigators were smart enough to know, wow, like no, it wasn't a snake bite.
It's crazy, man. It's you never think you see something like that, and then to know that it was a reptile lover is just fucking crazy. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to the next story, man. I don't know if these facts are completely true, but this is just for fun that we're gonna talk about. It's just a fun topic I wanted to bring up, and then we'll talk about the last topic. Let's go ahead and bring up the next.
Is this it?
Yeah. Now I got to get your opinion, man. The Titan boa. Now, before I read this, the question that I'm gonna ask you and anybody in the chat: Titan boa, fact or fiction? Is this a myth or was this real? Now, this was just an article I pulled up. I won't read all of it, but I want to talk about how big it is. The Titan boa is the largest snake reported in history, with fossils discovered in northern Colombia. Now, imagine it was ultimately 60 million years ago. So this is kind of like a dinosaur. You live in the North Colombian desert, La Guadalajara, and suddenly you see a gigantic snake snacking on a giant turtle. I know this scene is impossible because obviously humans weren't around 60 million years ago, but this giant snake known as the Titan boa was. Now let's go to the next page because I want to read the measurements. I'm not good with measurements, but it says paleontologists found vertebrae that estimate that the body length of the Titan boa was around 42 feet long with the average weight of 1.25 tons. The vertebrae was discovered in 2009. So let's take that down. So could you imagine seeing a snake that big? And my question to you is, do you think this is fact or fiction? Was this something that was really around?
It was real, and I have to agree with Iron Dog. Here's why, dude. Okay, fossils. You said it in there. There was fossil remains of the. Okay, same with the megalodon. We can bring up that too. Like these were real animals that existed because. Okay, people need to understand this. Air was a lot better back then. So meaning when it was more pure air, things got bigger. Now that we're further in the universe or time or on the earth, the air isn't as pure as it was, right? So things back in the day would always grow 60 million years ago, back in the day, not like last week, but 60 million years ago were way bigger than what we see today. With that being said, once again, there was land animals that were huge, snakes, sloths. We could bring up that ocean with alligators and crocodiles that survived to the megalodon. Like things like that truly existed because oxygen, that's a big part of it. That made them bigger. And with
I didn't mean to go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
And with a snake that big, could you imagine somebody like, I'm just giving names here, like Brian Barczyk having one? How big that fucking
I couldn't imagine it, man. Like, I get that they said there's fossils, okay? But my thing is, you think about the biggest snakes out there, the Burmese and the retics. Well, I wish I knew. I wish somebody in the chat could look up what's the biggest Burmese they ever found in Florida. But I'm guessing it's like 20 or 25 feet. So they're saying that this Titan boa was double that, 42 foot long, and I was like a 1.5. So bring those numbers up. I want to see those numbers again. The second slide, I believe it was.
All right, 1 second.
Take your time.
I think it was this one.
Yeah, 42 foot for median, 42 foot long, with the average weight of 1.25 tons. To me, that is now you can take it down. That is insane to imagine, and it's just like I would have loved to seen it. It's just like what would have it? What would it eat dinosaurs? Other shit. It's just, to me, it's just
correct. Okay, so like now, I mean, like you got to think like, okay, so Iron Dog, Blaker said 16 feet. Iron Dog says big as retic, I think was 33 feet. So like, look at it like this. With it being that big, you got to imagine once again, there was dragons. Let's bring up dragonflies. Dragonflies were about like, I want to say like 6 to 10 feet long, dude. Like they were big. So imagine something with pure oxygen that made it grow that much bigger.
Right.
And dude, honestly, if I could bring that thing back and own one, like I would have a velociraptor. Are you kidding me? Like there's plenty of dinosaurs back in the day that I would love to have. Rich McCall might get it. Like no offense, I love Rich McCall, but I might take over that whole like dinosaur thing because if I could bring back a dinosaur or anything ancient, hell yeah, I'm bringing it back. I don't want to. No offense, I don't. Everyone likes woolly mammoths, I hear, but like forget the woolly mammoth. That was a titan boa. That thing was huge. That could probably eat 2 of those things and still want to eat more. Like
I thought it was a fun topic to talk about, man, because we are reptile owners. We love shit like that. It would have been incredible to see, man. But let's go ahead and talk about the next topic. We talk about this all the time. Reptile owners are currently under attack in every state. Now, I wanted to bring this up, and I want to shout somebody.
I gotta find it. Sorry.
Sure. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and we got that from Brian.
Is that it?
At Balling with Brian. Great guy. Make sure you go follow his channel. Now, I wanted you to see this alert from USARK, and I wanted to get your take on it. If you look, let me read it. It's so damn small. New York is under attack big time. Now, this is an alert from USARK, and I'll read it word for word. Ban on any animal except domesticated dogs, cats, horses, pigs, sheep, or goats being transferred and in view by any audience. This applies for even animals born and raised in human care. There are a few exceptions allowed. Zoos, aquariums, universities, and shit like that. It's just they're under attack. The reptiles is they're basically trying to fuck with the reptiles of New York. So my question to you is, should the people in New York be scared? And if you are in New York, what do you do?
I want to take that down.
Yeah. They're attacking the reptiles in New York, and like I said, it's sad to see, and I feel bad for Ron. So do you panic? I get you can, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I get you can send money to USARK, and I get that. But what do you do? Do you just say fuck it and breed your own shit? No. Do you panic? Do you move from New York? What do you think the people in New York should be preparing to do right now?
This is my personal take on it. Once again, I'm not knocking USARK or USARK, however you want to say it. I'm not saying they're not doing their job. They're doing a great job. But at the same fucking time, and I want everyone in the chat to tell me if I'm wrong. It's okay to support USARK and USARK, however you want to say it. But at the same time, it doesn't matter if you live in Nevada like me, and Missouri like Derek's Reptiles, or Kansas, or if you live in Oklahoma like Iron Dog, it doesn't matter where you live in the United States. We all need to finally stop bickering upon each other and build a community where we could stand against the government and tell them no. These are pets that we have had for plenty of years, that we are trying to show people that they are not bad, because I could show you videos of dogs that attack people for walking by their fence of houses, apartments, whatever you want to say. And if you're going to ban one thing, then we're going to ban everything. And the most important thing we need to ban, and I've said this earlier, and it's going to sound really hateful and harsh, but maybe if we eliminate a lot of fucking humans, we'd be in a better place. But until everyone stops bickering upon each other, no matter what the hell, whatever reptile you have, no matter how you're taking care of it, as long as it's in good health, get the fuck over shit. Bond together. Build this community stronger than it's ever fucking been. Because until that moment, USARK is doing all they can. And that's all we could rely on. But at the same time, if we could break that, I'm not saying stop supporting USARK, but if we could unite even stronger behind them, we would have a better fight of showing each state that they can fucking suck a dick and like it, because we're going to keep these animals, and if you don't like it, fucking leave the goddamn country, motherfucker. Go back to Europe.
I agree. I think that, and like Iron Dog said, it's one part of New York, but it's one part quickly turns into all. So I think that my thing is, if like I said, shout out to Brian. He's a great guy. Make sure you go follow his channel. I think that New York needs to prepare because you can not worry about it now, and you can look up the next day and New York could be the next Florida, where they banning just a shit ton of shit. So I tell everybody, you start support them. They putting out these things. Don't be fearful, but still support them. And just ultimately build up what you got, because I think that no matter what we do, these lawmakers are they're going to ban what they want to ban. So get you that art, ban, if you're gonna breed, I say get you two good animals that you want to breed and start breeding what you want to keep and keep it and say fuck whoever tries to do anything about it. If you're breeding it, you don't have to go out and get it. If you already what's the saying? I say you ain't got to get ready if you're already ready. You know what I'm saying? So I say if you're in New York, tomorrow, go to a pet shop, buy a male or a female, whatever you want. Just make that arc of what you got at your house to where eventually, if they don't have reptiles in New York or they're trying to ban everything, you already got what you want. You got what you need, and you can just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, anyways, this was a BPO, man. This was a great show, man. I love that we hosting it, man. And like I said, shout out to Brian. We got that from him. This is a show where we talk about everything. Anything that's happening in the reptile hobby, the good, the bad, the ugly, we talk about it here, man. So I'll let you talk. You got any ending statements? Because like I said, we got to keep it going.
No, yeah, we'll cut it short. Oh, well, it's only so an hour. So, like I said, start building the community better. If you hate someone, if you are not getting along right now with somebody in the community, if you are arguing with somebody right now in the community, if you are not liking something, whatever it is, contact them, do whatever you guys need to do, settle your goddamn little petty issues. I'm sorry, but settle the issues and unite together, because eventually this will happen throughout the whole U.S. And I know that I'm not saying it's 100%, but eventually it's going to happen. So until we could band together, fight among each other, not with each other, but fight for the right to keep what we have and keep going forward. Don't look back. If you don't like a person for a certain reason, drop that issue. It does not matter what it is.
I agree.
At the same time, if we allow, like Florida, I'm going to say this, and this is how we'll end it. Like the FWC, we talked about it. The guy that was on his houseboat, and they shot him, and they thought he had stuff. Well, guess what? I got reptiles. You were going to come in here with a gun? Bitch, I own a gun. You better come out shooting, because one of us are going out with guns ablazing. Until next time, I'm Ball Python Love, or Ball Python Love Exotics. That's Darius Reptiles. You guys have all been fucking amazing. Love you all. Until next time, I'm bringing it back. I got to. Got that fucking shit. I don't fucking care anymore. Peace the fuck out. Later. Rock the fuck on.